Hey there, welcome back to Yoga Precision. My name is Jo, and if you're new to this channel, I teach alignment-based yoga. So what you're going to get from me as you go through my classes is lots of ways to break down the postures, learning skillful actions that allow the practice to become so much more intuitive and giving you so much more knowledge about your own body. My goal with these classes is that you begin to feel more empowered to take care of yourself and feel safe in your body while you're practicing. So today I'm really excited because I want to go through a hip opening sequence, which is one of my favorite ones to actually teach. I teach it a lot in my workshops, in my classes. It can be done at the beginning of a practice or at the end, or it can be done just as a standalone sequence. So that's what we're going to do today. And all you'll need is a strap. Again, a strap can always be a belt or a scarf, anything that is just long like this, so you can put it over your foot. Now, what's great about this sequence is it's kind of a preparation for standing poses, but you're laying on your back. So you get all the actions of the legs, the openings of the hips, and you can pretend like you're standing. So you want your legs and feet to feel very strong and engaged and aligned. So then when you do come up to do it standing later on, you're much more clear about the actions because you've been practicing them already laying on your back. So let's begin laying down on the back. Just have your strap near you, okay? We're not going to use it immediately. Now, the key here with what we do with alignment-based yoga, okay, is that there's always a preparation first before we move anywhere. We don't just throw the body into a position. So you're going to bend your knees and bring your feet flat onto your mat. You're going to spread your toes and do your best just to have the feet parallel to each other and hip width distance apart. Once you've woken up your feet, right, by spreading the toes and lifting the arches, then start to feel the muscles in the legs engaging. So you're toning your thighs. Now you're going to do an action of internal rotation of your thighs, rolling them in, pressing the inner thighs down until your pelvis arches away from the mat and it tilts forward. We call this an anterior tilt. Now, once that's happened, then you're going to straighten your left leg down on your mat. Now, as you straighten it, you have to keep inwardly rotating the thigh and get the back of that left thigh, whichever one you're doing, left thigh right now, down on the floor. Okay, now the pelvis is also still more in a forward tilt. So you've got quite a bit of space underneath your lower back. So this is the biggest thing that most people miss when they do this sequence, is what's actually happening in the alignment of the spine. And often the lower back is just smushed flat on the floor, and we're completely misaligning the lower spine and the hips. And so by doing that, we're actually tightening rather than creating more length and space. So again, tilting the pelvis forward, find that space, and then just bring your right knee in towards your chest and hold it with one or both hands. Now just start here, and what you want to focus on is the left leg, the straight leg, far more than the bent one. You're focusing on rolling the thigh in, pressing the inner heel down. So if you look up right now at your left toes, the toes are pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And then you're just gently drawing the right knee in without flattening your lower back. Now you're ready to reach for your strap. So reach for your strap and put it around the arch of your right foot. Now start to stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling. Okay, so same thing. The moment you've gone further with this right leg, you want to concentrate still on the left leg. So roll the thigh in, keep checking that the left leg hasn't changed. The back of the thigh is still pressing down. And you're extending the right leg up, not pulling it or yanking it in towards your chest, which would look something more like this. Okay, we don't want to do that. And then the flat back is going to flatten again. So back off with that right leg. Have it either vertical or even further away from the chest. Okay, now just stay here and breathe. And keep engaging the legs and the feet, spreading your toes. And pressing that outer right hip down. So your hips are level, right? We don't want to hike that right hip up, away, or away, up and out to the side. We want to press it down. So let's just take a few quiet breaths here now and feel this. Slowing down your breathing. Now we're going to take both of the straps into the right hand. You're going to put your left hand on the left side of the pelvis and use that hand to press it down very firmly. And then you're going to start to open the right leg now out to the side. So now we're taking the hip into external rotation. And again, you can pretend like you're doing this standing. So take a quick look at your left foot. Make sure it's still pointing straight up. Roll the left thigh inwardly. Press the back of the left thigh down into the floor. Then feel the right foot pushing into the strap. And then roll the right thigh outwardly. So it's like that action of external rotation. Now, can you feel the muscles in your legs firm and strong right now? So you're not gripping like crazy with your hands against your strap. Relax your fingers a little bit and make sure the leg is still staying there on its own. You're not holding it with your hand. Now, let's take another few slow breaths here. Just keeping your breath steady and calm. Legs firm and toned. Now lift the leg back up. Now bring your leg down and relax it next to the left one on the mat for a moment and just close your eyes. Now notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg right now. It is dramatically different. It's amazing how just a simple movement can really get some of that stuck energy moving again. So let's do the other side. So again, you're preparing first before you just put the strap over your foot. So let's bend the knees again. Bring the feet flat. Make sure your feet are hip width distance and parallel to each other best that you can. And then inwardly rotate your thighs, tilting the pelvis forward. So get that anterior tilt until you've got some space underneath your lower back. Once that's there, you have to keep it as you slide your right leg down. So roll the right thigh in, press the back of the thigh onto your mat as best as you can, and then bring the left knee in with one or both hands. So this is the step before we put the strap there, right? So it's a really good way to get the alignment before it becomes a bit more difficult. So keep your pelvis in that forward tilt. Again, make sure you've got some space underneath the lower back. Lengthen up through your spine. And now reach for your strap. Put it on the arch of your left foot and slowly stretch that left leg up. Good. Now, once you're holding your strap, be gentle with your hands so you're not gripping too tightly. And then go back to your right leg with your attention. Roll it in. Pressing the back of the thigh down onto the floor as much as you can. Let's take a quick look at the right toes. Are they pointing straight up? It's amazing how easy it is for that foot to want to turn out. So roll it back in. All right, now push up into the strap with your left foot. Spread the toes and firm the muscles in your legs now. Let's just take some slow breaths here. Long legs. Remember, you're not yanking that left leg in too much. Keep it vertical or even further away from that, so that you can breathe smoothly and feel the integrity of the pose. Hugging the muscles to the bones. Now let's bring the straps into the left hand. Put the right hand on the right side of the pelvis and then open the left leg slowly to the side whilst pressing the right side down with your hand, right? We don't want to let that right side lift up when we open the leg. So that's why you've got your hand there. Press it down. Now feel the right thigh rolling in. Feel the left hip externally rotating, so it's rolling out. Make both legs nice and long. And breathe. Again, try not to grip too tightly with your fingers. Now lift the leg back up. All right, take your strap off, rest your legs on the floor. Close your eyes. And just notice your legs now, how much more vibrant they feel. Energy flowing more freely. Hips feel a little bit more spacious. So this can be done as part of your daily practice. Try adding it in and let me know how it goes. Leave a comment and let me know how it feels for you. If there's any questions also, I would be really happy to answer anything that comes up for you. Be sure to follow me for my weekly classes and insights. Take care. Namaste.